So, what could Mamdani's policies look like for the nation's most populous city? Let's hear from the candidate himself.
If there was any system that could guarantee each person housing, whether you call it the abolition of private property or you call it, just a statewide housing guarantee, it is preferable to what is going on right now.
And when you look at the polling, whether it's for making buses free, whether it's for freezing the rent for rent-stabilized tenants, whether it's even for a network of municipal-owned grocery stores, you see that it has support not just among Democrats, but oftentimes even among independents and Republicans.
Delivering universal child care is something that could be done with the partnership, especially of a governor like the one we have today, who's been laser-focused on the question of affordable child care.
All right, let's bring in Stephen Moore, co-founder of the Committee to Unleash Prosperity and a former economic advisor for President Trump. I suspect, Stephen, you would not sign on to be an economic advisor for Zoran Mamdani. What do you think about some of these proposals? Free buses, for instance, in New York City. Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, and I live in the Washington, D.C. area, John, but I go to New York all the time, once a week or every couple of weeks. And I love New York. It is our empire city. It's the most important city in America, maybe the most important city in the world. And so this saddens me. Look, we should know from what happened in San Francisco, what's happened in Los Angeles, what's happened in Detroit. My home city of Chicago just elected a fairly socialist mayor about a year ago, and the city's gone downhill quickly, and people are leaving the city in droves. I don't want that to happen in New York. It would be a wonderful thing if we could give everything to everybody for free. What will happen, incidentally, one of the central promises that this mayoral candidate Mamdani is talking about is raising taxes on the rich. Well, guess which place in America has the highest tax on the rich right now?
Would it be New York? New York City?
Yeah, New York City, exactly. And New York City is the capitalist center of the world. It's the center of Wall Street, for goodness sakes. And yet you have the highest taxes on capital and on investment and on banks in the world. I mean, in the country. In New York, it doesn't make any sense. It would be like Nebraska putting a huge tax on growing corn. And so you know this, John, you're there in New York. What's happened to Wall Street has been a disaster. It's not the place it was 25 years ago. You want to know where the people from Wall Street are today? They're in Florida, they're in Texas, they're in Utah. They've moved out because the taxes are so high. So my point is, if you continue to raise taxes on the richest 1%, you're not going to have a richest 1%. They're not going to be there anymore, and it'll make the place poor. So I'm praying that the New York voters have the sense to turn this down. Look, Mamdani's a very charismatic guy, much like Castro and so many of these socialist leaders who promise everything, and it turns into a series of broken promises and ruined lives.
Yeah, and much like Bernie Sanders, the Democratic Socialist senator from Vermont, neither one of them has ever had to sign a paycheck. I mean, they've never run a business. They've never done anything except be in government. And I'm not sure that government is the best training ground for how the real world works.
Well, we have a president who's proved that, don't we? I mean, we have, for the first time in a long, long, long time, a president who is a businessman. And I think that's one of the reasons his policies are so sensible, because he knows what it is to meet a payroll. He knows what it is to have to run a firm with hundreds of thousands of workers. How many people, I don't even know the number, but there are hundreds of thousands of people who work for the city government in New York. So it's a gigantic operation. And you're putting the hands, that whole operation in the hands of someone who's never really run anything in his life. He's a good talker, but is he a good doer? Incidentally, John, you've been in New York a long time. I've been going there for 30 years. Let's not forget that back in the mid-1990s, New York was in really bad shape, and America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani, was elected, and he completely resurrected that city. It was amazing how much improvement he made, because he cut taxes, he reduced regulations, he was pro-business. You cannot elect an anti-business mayor and think that businesses are going to stay there.
Yeah, I started working here in 1989, and I remember what the city was like back then and the radical improvements that were made under Rudy Giuliani. Just a final thought about a Democratic Socialist for mayor of the nation's largest city.
Yeah. So what my final thought for you and for the people of New York is, this candidate, Mamdani, is about as far away from Rudy Giuliani as you could possibly get. And so you're going to get the opposite. You're going to turn back the clock and go back to the failure of New York. Remember that famous headline, Ford to New York, drop dead? I don't want to see New York drop dead.
All right, Stephen Moore, we're going to see what happens. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.